Bro, do you see how good this thing looks? Now this is how it's going to look at the end, but I wanted to give you a little sneak preview in the beginning. So in this video, what we got going on, this is going to be the entire process of how I got the truck pretty much done as far as the cab, the front end, the seats, the interior, the carpet, the everything. Right now, you see this thing, man. Let's get started.
And now, you're watching the childhood memory that is sucking down some hot hose water straight to the dome channel of YouTube. Welcome to BodeVision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome and thank you so much for joining me yet again on another video. So like I mentioned at the beginning, we are going to bring it back quite a few steps and pick up exactly where we left off on the last video. Now the first thing that I want to focus on, I want to focus on the interior. Now that I have all that metal welded out, primed with my epoxy primer, seam sealed, I want to go with my sound deadening material. This is not a step that's necessarily needed, but it just helps the overall experience and the feel and drivability of the car because it's going to be quite a bit more quiet in there, and overall it's just a better quality product. So now that the sound deadening is down and it's a lot less echoey and hollow sounding, that's really important because I built a speaker rack for the bottom, so inside the truck it is just a lot better. So the next thing that I want to do, I want to put the doors on the truck for the very first time since it was torn down and separated from its original 1968 frame. And let's get the doors thrown on. Exciting stuff, man. So now that those doors are on there and hung, number one, it's important for them to actually fit, and number two, it's important for them to function properly and to look proper. As far as all of the panel gaps, we want to make sure it's going to close using the outside handles and the inside handles, and that is looking good. So the next thing that I want to turn my attention to is the front end. At the end of the last video, or in my last video rather, you saw me put those trailer fenders in there. So since then, I got them primed and painted. I just went with a really flat black. I didn't want to introduce anything really new and shiny and nice because this truck does not have that aesthetic. Of course, I could have went with something crazy and make it look show car quality, but it would have looked out of sort in the bay. So that's why I went with the design direction that I did. So let's get those thrown on and other parts of the front end thrown on while we're at it. So now that it's time to get that metal front bumper back onto the car, that front bumper is supposed to be a bumper. It's supposed to be something that's going to hit other things and not have you or anything else be really damaged. So it's supposed to be on there really rigid. I can't just go ahead and tack that with some sheet metal. So what I'm going to do is I have the original brackets that came off the F350 chassis that's over there. I don't know why I'm pointing over there, but I'm going to take those original brackets, bolt them to the bumper. Then I'm going to weld those brackets to the frame of the Lincoln Towncar, and I'm going to make sure that's really rigid and solid, and I have it all bolted together and welded solid, so that way when I go to remove it, I just unbolt it and everything that I welded stays. So it's really going to be like a frame extension, and I'm going to add some gussets and plate steel just to make sure that's really strong. And with the truck, how low it sits, I don't want to be worried if I tap a speed bump or anything like that. I want this thing to be on there solid, and we're going to do just that. So as I was messing with the bumper, I quickly realized that I'm going to need another set of hands, so I'm just going to hold off on that for now. And I was just curious, I wanted to see if I could take the carpet that was in the Lincoln Towncar, how it would look, how it would fit in the slam box now. So I went ahead and got the carpet out, pressure washed the entire thing. I let it dry for 24 hours in the 95-degree Florida sun. So I wanted to see if it was gonna fit, because it looks like it should. It was already in here anyways, and since it was laying around, I might as well try to save a few dollars when I can. Man, so now that we got that carpet in there, it looks really good. It cleaned right up. Then I got the bench seat thrown in. Now it doesn't have as much space as I would like, but it has plenty of space for me. And you know, when you got a project like this, you gotta hop in that front seat, make race car noises, and just hang out for a minute and really soak it in. Mandatory. So the next thing that I wanna do, let's get the hood thrown on the car, because that's really one of the last pieces we have left to get this entire front end put back together. So now that the hood is on there and looking pretty good, it took a while to get it adjusted because there's so much adjustability in these hinges and on the hood. Very similar to the door. Now what I thought was it's pretty damn close. Now if I want to get it any better when I go through the entire paint process, I might take the hood off anyway, so we can finalize that a little bit more down the road. Bro, this thing is so sick. Headlights, we're gonna get the headlights addressed when we get the box thrown in the back, because I'm gonna just wanna worry about all of that wiring at the same time. So those are out of there for now. And as far as the utility box, bed, that entire thing, that's what we are going to focus on next. We have all the doors on, seats in there, carpet, aired out, hood, bumper, everything. It was a little bit of a pain to get the bumper on, but that is all good. Hood is opening up just fine. The hinges are working. The bumper's on there pretty strong. I might go ahead and reinforce it a little bit more, pull the fenders off. I had to fit everything on there with the fenders on just so that way we could see how it needed to fit. Now I could pull everything off and reinforce it a little bit if I wanted to. But dude, this thing is so crazy. I think it came down a total of 17 inches from where it was before. So the hood used to be somewhere over here. And dude, look at this thing in the weeds. How sick is that, man? I'm so excited for this. So in the next video, we got the box coming up. Like I said, we still have some wiring to do and a couple different things like that. I cannot wait to get the box on the car, because now it looks like there's just so much stuff going on from the cab forward. So now we need to fill out everything back there. So let me know what you guys think about everything thus far. Leave a comment, like this video, all that stuff goes a long way. So do that for me. Like this video, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know what it is, YouTube. I will see you on that next one. God, let's just look at it. I'm out.